200 tests, 200 logins, 17 minutes of typing the exact same password. There's a trick for this one, and honestly, nightclubs worked it out decades ago. 3 things today. Why every test starts logged out in the first place, which surprises people. Then where your login actually lives, and it's not where you'd guess. And finally, the hand stamp trick that fixes the whole lot. So, why is every test logged out to begin with? You already know the answer to this one, actually. Every test gets a fresh context. Remember, back from episode 8. Fresh context means fresh cookies, which means every single test wakes up logged out and has to queue at the login page like everybody else. 5 seconds each, every time. And look at that middle one, the login page hiccup, so a test about editing your profile just died for a reason that had nothing to do with profiles. In code, it looks harmless enough. One tidy helper call at the top of each test. But that same line is sitting in 200 files, and every one of them costs you 5 seconds before anything useful even starts happening. Logging in inside every test is bad in 3 separate ways. Slow, obviously, that part's easy to see. Fragile, because you've just handed the login page 200 separate chances to wobble on you. And dull, honestly, because your tests end up spending most of their lives repeating the same 6 lines.
Right.
So think about how a nightclub handles this exact problem, because they solved it years ago. First though, where does being logged in actually live? Not in the page. It's cookies and local storage, and both of those sit in the context. The dressing room from episode 8, which turns out to be very handy indeed, because a context is one single thing. And one single thing can be picked up, saved, and carried somewhere else entirely. So here's step 1, and you run this exactly once, ever. Log in for real, like a person would. Email, password, click the button. Nothing clever so far. Then that last line is the entire trick. Storage state writes those cookies and that local storage into a plain JSON file. That file? That's your hand stamp. Step 2 is where the whole thing pays off. Any test that wants in just builds its context with that file attached. Born already stamped. So it goes straight to the dashboard. No login page, no 5-second toll, nothing at all in between. Same door, same tests. One rule changed, and look what happens. The first one still does the real login because somebody has to actually get the stamp in the first place. Everybody after that just flashes it and walks straight through. No queue, no wobble, no 5 seconds. Quick one, and people get this wrong. What's actually inside auth.json? Pause here if you want longer. Ready? The answers be cookies and local storage, the session itself, not your password. That said, don't get too relaxed about it. There's no password in there, true. But anybody holding that file effectively is you until the session expires. So treat it like a secret. Ignore it. Never commit the thing. Now, let's wire all of that into Python properly, so nobody writing a test has to remember any of it. 2 fixtures do it, and the only difference is how often each runs. Session scope means once. 1 login at the top for the whole suite. Function scope means again for every single test. Same file. Totally different rhythm. Here it is, both pieces. Scope equals session on the first one, so Python runs that login exactly once and hangs on to whatever came back. Then the second fixture overrides the context arguments for every test, quietly slipping the stamp in on the way past. Somebody writing a test never has to know any of this exists. One more thing, because you'll hit it in about a week. Most apps have more than one kind of person in them. An admin sees buttons a normal user never will. So make more than one stamp, log in as each, save each to its own file, and pick the file you want per test. Same trick, just twice. The result is genuinely dramatic. 1 real login at the very start, then 200 tests that all begin life sitting on the dashboard. That suite used to take 25 minutes. 8 now. This one's interview gold, honestly. Somebody asks how you'd speed up a slow test suite, and there are really only 3 good answers. You've picked up 2 of them already between this episode and the last one. 3 lines to take away. Every test starts logged out because every test gets a fresh context. Your session lives in cookies, and storage state saves those to a file. So log in once, and the whole suite walks in behind you. Next time, testing an API with no browser open at all, which sounds like cheating and sort of is. Whole course is free, over at the Playwright Dojo.